8 travel mistakes are ruining vacations for thousands of families. Nobody warns you until it's too late. Imagine this. You've planned the perfect family vacation for a year. Researched destinations. Read hundreds of reviews. Budgeted carefully. Everyone's excited. You land, collect your bags, and head to your dream destination. Then it all falls apart. The beachfront hotel is 2 miles from the beach. The airport transfer you prepaid for doesn't exist. Your rental car reservation was canceled. Your kids are crying. Your spouse is furious. Your dream vacation became a nightmare in 30 minutes. This happens more than you think. We saved for 3 years for our Italy trip. Within the first day, we made mistakes that cost us $2,000 and destroyed the vibe. The rest of the trip felt like we were recovering from those errors instead of enjoying ourselves. I wish someone had warned us. 8 mistakes are ruining vacations for unprepared travelers. These aren't unlucky accidents. They're predictable problems that happen when you don't know what travel companies hide, what destinations don't tell you, and what experienced travelers learned the hard way. Today, I'm exposing all 8 mistakes. I'll show you exactly how they ruin trips and give you strategies to avoid them all. Because your vacation is too important to waste, let's make sure it's the trip you dreamed of, not the nightmare you remember forever. Mistake number 1. Booking peak season without knowing. You book a vacation during school holidays when kids are free. Sounds logical, but you just guaranteed crowds, inflated prices, and availability nightmares. The peak season trap. Peak season prices can be 300% higher than off-season for the exact same experience. Hotels that cost $150 in May cost $450 in July. But it's not just money. Peak season means every attraction has 2-hour lines. Every restaurant requires reservations weeks in advance, and every beach is packed. A family booked Disneyland during spring break. Park tickets, $179 per person. Hotels, $380 per night. Average wait time, 90 minutes. They rode 12 attractions in 4 days. They could have gone in February, paid $129 per ticket, $180 for hotels, and ridden 35 attractions with 20-minute waits. But here's what breaks vacations emotionally. The stress of crowds destroys the experience. You're constantly fighting for space. Your kids are overstimulated and melting down. You spend more time managing logistics than enjoying the destination. How to avoid it? Research before booking. Google destination best time to visit. Shoulder season offers perfect weather with fewer crowds. If stuck with school schedules, consider pulling kids for a long weekend in the off-season. Book destinations that are off-season when you must travel. Hawaii in September, Europe in November, Caribbean in May. Pro move. Use crowd calendars like touringplans.com or isitpacked.com. Book when the calendar shows green, avoid red days. Mistake number 2. Trusting hotel photos and descriptions. Hotels hire professional photographers who make every room look amazing. Wide-angle lenses make small rooms look spacious. Perfect lighting hides stains. Strategic angles avoid showing the highway outside your window. The photo deception. Ocean view means you can see a tiny sliver of water if you lean out the window. Renovated means they painted one wall. Near beach means 2 miles away. A couple booked a romantic beachfront bungalow in Thailand. Photos showed a pristine private beach and a modern interior. They arrived to find a concrete room with mold. The beach was 200 meters away across a busy road, and a neighboring hotel blocked the sunset view. They were devastated but had prepaid for a non-refundable. Hotel descriptions are legally meaningless. There's no standard for luxury, beachfront, or modern. How to avoid it? Never trust hotel photos. Check Google Images for real guest photos. Read reviews from the last 60 days only. Use Google Maps Street View to see the actual building. When booking, screenshot everything. If reality doesn't match, you have evidence for refunds. Pro move. Book refundable rates when possible. They cost 10 to 20% more, but let you cancel if the hotel is terrible. Mistake number 3. Not having backup payment methods. You land in a foreign country with one credit card. It gets declined. Maybe fraud protection flagged the foreign transaction. Perhaps it's a chip malfunction. Suddenly, you can't pay for anything. A solo traveler landed in Japan with one debit card. At the airport ATM, the transaction declined. The ATM kept her card. She had no cash, no working card, and no Japanese language skills. She spent 6 hours at the airport begging strangers to let her use their phones to call her bank. She had to wait 3 days for the emergency card to be delivered. Payment failures cascade into disasters. No working payment means no rental car, no restaurants, no attraction tickets. You're helpless in a foreign country. How to avoid it? Bring 3 payment methods, 2 different credit cards from other banks, plus a debit card. Please keep them in separate locations. Notify all banks of your travel dates. Carry $200 to $300 in local currency or USD. Order it from your bank before traveling. Pro move. Take photos of your card numbers and bank phone numbers. Store them in encrypted cloud storage. If your cards are stolen, you can report them immediately. Mistake number 4, over-planning your itinerary. You planned every hour of every day. Museums at 9 a.m., lunch at noon, tour at 2 p.m. Sounds organized, but you just guaranteed exhaustion, meltdowns, and zero flexibility. Real life doesn't follow itineraries. Museums are closed on Mondays. Your tour is canceled due to the weather. Traffic delays put you behind schedule. By day 2, you're chasing an impossible schedule, stressed and exhausted. A family planned 12 days in Europe with every activity mapped. Day 1, Eiffel Tower at 9 a.m., Louvre at 1 p.m., dinner cruise at 7 p.m. But they didn't account for jet lag. The Louvre overwhelmed their kids, who melted down after 45 minutes. By day 3, everyone was fighting. Over-planning removes spontaneity. You can't sleep in. Can't linger at a place you love. You're a tourist following a checklist, not a traveler experiencing a place. How to avoid it? Plan 1 significant activity per day, maximum. Build in rest days with 0 commitments. Leave 40% of your time unscheduled. The best vacation memories come from unplanned moments. Pro move. Make a want-to-do list instead of a schedule. Pick 1 or 2 things per day based on how you feel. Mistake number 5. Not having communication solutions. You land without a plan for calls or data. Your phone doesn't work. You can't use GPS, can't call your hotel, can't translate menus. You're digitally stranded. International roaming costs $10 to $15 per day through US carriers. Many travelers skip it to save money, then realize they're helpless without connectivity. No communication means no safety net. If you get lost, injured, or separated, you won't be able to call for help. How to avoid it? Buy an international plan before leaving. Alternatively, you can buy a local SIM card at the airport, or use an eSIM like Airalo. Download offline maps before traveling. Google Maps lets you download entire cities. Pro move. Share your location continuously with your travel partner using Google Maps. If you get separated, you can find each other even without calling. Mistake number 6. Packing wrong for the trip type. You packed as if you were going to a nice hotel when you're actually staying in a hostel. Or packed for beach time when the destination is mountainous and cold. A young woman traveled to Norway in August for hiking. She packed for summer. Shorts, tank tops, sandals. She arrived to find temperatures in the 50s, accompanied by wind and rain. She had to buy a jacket, hiking boots, and layers. She spent $350 on clothes she needed immediately. Packing wrong cascades into other problems. Too many bags means higher airline fees. Wrong clothes mean buying replacements. Missing essentials means wasting vacation time shopping. How to avoid it? Research the destination's climate during your travel dates to plan accordingly. Pack layers, not bulky items. Bring versatile clothes that work in multiple situations. Test your shoes on long walks before your trip to ensure they're comfortable. Pack a small first aid kit with basics. Pro tip: create a packing list tailored to your trip type. A beach vacation needs a swimsuit, reef shoes, and sunscreen. A hiking trip needs good boots, layers, and a water bottle. Mistake number 7. Eating only at tourist restaurants. You're in Rome. You walk around the Colosseum area and pick a restaurant with photos on the menu. You just paid $80 for mediocre pasta you could make better at home. Tourist areas have terrible, expensive food. They don't need repeat customers because new tourists arrive daily. They can serve low-quality food at high prices. How to avoid it? Walk 10 to 15 minutes away from major attractions before choosing a restaurant. Use Google Maps to find places with 4.5 stars or higher and 500 or more reviews. Look for restaurants where locals eat. Ask hotel staff where they eat, not where tourists eat. Pro move: take a food tour on your first day. Local guides show you the best spots. then return to your favorites for the rest of the trip. Mistake number 8. Not having travel insurance that actually works. You bought the cheap travel insurance the airline offered. You think you're covered. You're not. When something goes wrong, you'll discover the policy excludes everything that matters. Basic travel insurance typically covers very little helpful information. Trip cancellation coverage only applies to specific reasons, including death, hospitalization, and natural disasters. Medical insurance often has low limits and excludes coverage for pre-existing conditions. The family's father had a heart attack 3 weeks before their $15,000 cruise. He couldn't travel. They filed a claim. Denied. The insurance found medical records showing he'd seen a cardiologist a year earlier. Pre-existing condition. They lost $15,000. The fine print is designed to deny claims. When you need the insurance, you discover it covers nothing. How to avoid it? Don't buy basic travel insurance. Buy cancel for any reason coverage. It costs 40% more, but actually pays out. Buy insurance within 14 days of your first trip payment for the best coverage. Read the entire policy before buying. Pro move. For expensive trips exceeding $10,000, consider purchasing insurance from a company specializing in travel, such as Allianz or Travel Guard. The emotional cost. These 8 mistakes destroy the joy of travel. You dreamed of adventure and relaxation. Instead, you got stress, frustration, and regret. The emotional toll is worse than the financial. You can recover money. You can't recover time with your family or the memories you wanted to create. But now you know. You can avoid all 8. Your vacation can be what you dreamed. Your mistake prevention checklist. Before booking, research the best travel seasons. Compare shoulder season prices. Read recent reviews. Financial prep. Get 3 payment methods. Notify banks of travel. Carry backup cash. Set up international phone/data. Packing smart. Research destination climate. Pack layers. Test your shoes. During the trip, schedule 1 activity per day, at most. Walk away from tourist zones to find better food. Stay flexible. Insurance. Buy cancel for any reason coverage within 14 days of booking. Read the entire policy. These mistakes are preventable. Everyone. They happen because the travel industry doesn't educate travelers. They profit from your mistakes. But you're no longer making these mistakes. You're going to have the vacation you deserve. Travel is transformative when done right. It's hell when you don't know better. Now you know better. Go on the trip of a lifetime. If this video has just saved your dream vacation, hit the like button. Please share it with anyone planning a trip, especially first-time international travelers and families. Subscribe for weekly travel tips that actually help. Honest advice from real experience. Which mistake have you made? Let's learn from each other's disasters so we don't repeat them.